know what it's like to doubt yourself, to think that you will never buy a home. I had no idea. There's no way to educate yourself in the military, at least when I was coming up. For today's podcast, I'm here with my client relations specialist and business development partner, Jade Medeiros.
I think work-life balance is also really dependent on your relationship at work and who I work for.
How do you manage everything? You got an infant, you got twins.
I do, yep.
All three of those are boys, and you got a teenage girl.
So speaking of work-life balance, I could be on a phone call, I could be on a Zoom call. 5 minutes later, I'm changing a diaper, making him food. It's always very chaotic, but I feel like we've been doing it for so long that it's just a way of life, and it's easy now. What is one of your biggest career mistakes?
Ooh, yeah, I've been a lender for 10 years.
What would you do differently if you had to start over?
You know, I was blessed. I was blessed when I came in the industry because I had success right away. In the industry, the best advice I've received as a loan officer, it's Jade and I go way back. Actually, probably 2021, 2022?
2020, 2021.
Yeah, right after COVID, you came and worked at our last company. Your aunt, Sid, brought you in, and we're like, who is this gal? And you came in to the company. I remember you came into the company and immediately you just took over. There'd been some guy who'd been in the industry for 30 plus years, and it almost became like he was working for you. And we love Uncle V, but you just came in and took charge, and you were like, I know you're older than you were, but you look like you're like 21, 22 years old when you started working with us. She looks a lot older now. That's because she's been working with me. But you took over, and you have really made such a huge difference at the company that we had. And when I knew the missing piece, when we started the broker in Hawaii, the missing piece was you. And I say that with all affection and just respect for your professionalism, because although you look like you're always having fun, I never questioned ever your work ethic and getting the job done. And I'm just honored to have you on the team. But let's learn a little bit about Jade Medeiros and what makes her tick. So where are you from, Jade?
So originally I'm from here. I was born here.
Where here?
In Hawaii. I grew up in Kaneohe, and I moved to the mainland when I was 2. And we lived in California. I was in California. I'm about to age myself. We lived in California for 10 years. Then we moved to Vegas, and then I've been home for a while. I'm just gonna say that so you don't.
You've been home for a while.
I've been home for a while.
In the Navy, we say you have your family's part of the sea bag. They go with you wherever you go. You got quite the family here.
I do. I have 4 kids, and then just my mom and dad was here before I came back home. And my family is huge, and they're all here. So we came home every summer. So I was very familiar with home. And I think I always wanted to be home. So when I got the opportunity to come, I jumped at it.
And nobody ever questions, where you're from Cali, you're from Vegas, you're from here.
I am.
And your family, Mason's from here, right?
Mason's born and raised here, yeah.
Born and raised here, and big family.
Huge family.
Huge family. I went to the Cameron's first birthday party. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Amazing family.
We throw great parties.
Yes, you do. So what do you think makes us work so well? And what do you like about kind of our business venture and what we're doing with the broker?
When I joined our other company, I always admired how much you worked, really. Just your work ethic. You showed up to everything. You were present. You were busy. And I appreciated that. And I feel like for me, I want to have fun, but I also feel like the business is obviously first. And we get to do both. And I think it's an amazing thing that we have here. And it started at our old company, and me coming on was it was a no-brainer.
I asked Sid, because you were working for Sid afterwards. I'm like, come on, I need Jade. And she was like, please take her.
Yeah.
Not because she didn't want you, but because she wanted to quit her job. And she's like, I don't want Jade to not have a job if I leave. Yeah. I think your coming over enabled her to go do what she wants to do. And we'll have her on an episode soon, I hope.
Yep.
But you talked a little bit about working hard. And we're going to kind of go around here because I think any successful business or any business where the people are successful, there's this question, where is the work-life balance? And you have 4 kids and you're a football mom, a baseball mom. Are you a soccer mom too?
No
soccer?
Volleyball though.
Volleyball mom. And you're every weekend you are busy. And you tire me out.
I tire myself out. I don't know how we do it. Me and Mason are a great team. So we get the job done, but I'm also really blessed with the schedule that I have here because I can take the kids to practice. I go home, I finish work, and there's hardly ever any questions. I get just because I also get my job done very well. Might I add, but
Might I add?
Might I add. But yeah, I think work-life balance is also really dependent on your relationship at work and who I work for. You're amazing. So I feel like it's easy for me. It's not as hard as it looks.
We were joking. It's not work-life balance. It's work is life.
Work is life.
And you just kind of balance in between chaos and business all the time. Chaos and family and business, and chaos is like that line in between both.
Yeah.
It is.
For sure.
And I have no problem. And you mentioned that I work hard. I have no problem. I've never had a problem working hard. Part of it is my upbringing. Part of it is just doing whatever it takes to get the job done.
Yes.
And there's no better satisfaction than actually being successful in your endeavor, whatever it is you're doing.
Right.
So for me, I wouldn't, if I was working hard and not seeing the fruits of my labor, i.e. people becoming homeowners. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't be doing this, but I love that aspect of it. And this is a great industry where you can actually spend time with your family. And for me, I'm a grandfather now. I'll be a grandfather. By the time this airs, I'll have 2 grandchildren. Ooh. Knock on wood. I'll have 2 grandchildren. Yeah. And they're on the East Coast. And my 3 children are on the mainland.
Yep.
And so I'm in a job where I can go and be with them and still do my job here. And matter of fact, right before we had this meeting, I actually did a Google Meet with my clients who are looking to buy right now. And I can Google Meet anywhere. Yeah. And I've done that. I did when I was in Italy last summer with my wife. You know, there's a 12-hour difference. So I would do 2 hours before and 2 hours after. And I have meetings and whatever during that time frame. And people are like, oh, I can't believe you're working on vacation. I'm like, I don't mind. I'm taking care of my people, my clients. Yeah. And I think that work-life balance, it's easier when you enjoy doing what you do and you have a job where you can actually travel and do those other things and not be tied to a desk. Yes. This is our office here and we work in the office a couple days a week, but mostly it's for meetings. It's for filming. That's pretty much what it's for, but we can do our job anywhere.
Yeah. And I feel like that's the only thing that was good that came out of COVID was that everybody learned how to do things online and be able to have meetings and meet with clients and team meetings. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It is.
So I know you love me and I'm your favorite, but tell me, be honest, what is one thing that annoys you about me?
Just one? No, I'm kidding.
Just one. Truth sometimes hurts, but I'm good.
Yeah. I think the only thing is that sometimes he doesn't read the email in its whole capacity. He'll read the top. I'm guilty of it too, I feel. But you are really bad at it. Because then I'll talk about something later and he's, what? What are you talking about?
That's memory. That is not that I didn't read the email. It's just I don't remember the email. Oh, Kayla's so good. I think it's also a woman thing. Women remember everything. Vicky remembers everything. My kids remember everything. Kayla remembers everything. Yes. And thank God for those people in my life because I don't remember everything because my mind is constantly everywhere. Yeah.
That makes sense.
But I actually have this email program. It's called Fixer. Yep. And it responds. It doesn't hit send, but it does the draft response. And so I have to check it. And most of the times I check it real quick. You guys can tell sometimes.
I can always tell when it's a fixer.
Yeah.
Because you don't talk like that. But it's great.
But it does say aloha and it says mahalo. And
it does answer the question. So
but it does save me time. Yeah. But there's so many emails coming in, and one thing it does do is it separates the things that I need to read now versus the things I don't necessarily need to read.
It's really interesting how you have that.
Yeah,
I would lose everything.
I don't even know how much I pay for it, but it's worth it. What is your favorite part of being, what do you like more, client relations or business development?
That's a good question. I like to think I'm a people person. I like being out and being able to talk to people, meet people. But I also like the analytical part of it as well. If I had to pick, I'd like to just be in the background.
If you're like in any business and you're trying to grow your business, the question is, how do I grow my business? You can't do everything yourself. Or certainly if you try and do everything yourself, you're going to burn out pretty quick. And one of the things that I have done is there's a whole list of things that I could do in my business or should be done in my business. And I don't want to do them all. I want to do 4 or 5 things, but there's other things that kind of fall into the hat that you're wearing, the client relations specialist hat or the business development hat.
Yeah.
And one of the things, having a CRM. There's so many goods out there, but really the best CRM is the one that you use. And one of the things I'm very grateful to you for is you have really embraced our CRM and you use our CRM religiously. And it really does make your job easier. There's no perfect CRM, I don't think. Have to work through the quirks. And we've had several, but having you're there, you're on top of it, you're updating it.
Yeah.
And the communication of one to many through your CRM is super important. But if you want to grow your business and you want somebody who's business oriented, not everyone is the way you are able to, like you are. Let's take our successful homeowner series.
Sure.
We actually set that up one afternoon in here. It was like, we don't have the people we need. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's go. Who are we calling? Boom. Yep. We got a tax specialist. Boom. And you set everything up. And then you worked with the country club to make sure that all the food was out and basically the setup was there and working with the different clients who are speaking to get their presentations together so that everything went smooth and you were in your element there.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
And things like that. The holiday trolley that we did.
That was fun too.
Yeah, and those are things that it's like the wedding planner, but nobody's getting married. That's what you do. That's a little bit of what you do, though.
Yeah. I put things together, and I have a lot of leeway to do it, though. So you trust me, which is awesome. So it makes it even more fun because then I get to do my own thing, knowing that at the end there's going to be such a reward for all these clients that we get to deal with, or even our business partners, our co-partners. So it's fun to me. It may be hectic the day of, but at the end, just watching everybody have a good time is what was worth it to me.
And I don't stress because I put all of my stress on you. You make it happen.
But you're not a stressful person. I feel like you carry it very well. And even if you are stressed, you're just like, meh, it's okay. We'll figure it out.
At the end of the day, it's going to work out. It always works out.
It is, yeah.
And I think that's important too. You push for perfection, but you're not always going to get it. Yeah. But you don't harp on the bad things. Maybe you fix it for next time, but you look at all the goodness and everything that you're doing. And to me, it's staying positive through really everything that goes on. This week, there's some really tough files that we got. Just right now, it's very difficult across the nation. It's going to get worse, but to get condos approved on conventional loans, it's so difficult right now.
Really?
And for various different reasons, that just two? Yeah, just two, but still 2 of them were being kind of held back by issues with getting the condo approved through the lender. And so there's a lot of stress and you could point fingers, but at the end of the day, pointing fingers and getting pissed off doesn't solve the problem.
For sure.
What solves the problem is working together with everybody to come up with a solution that gets us to a happy homeowner. And that's why I'm blessed with my team. Lala today, I'll get her some flowers. She earned it. She earns it every day, but man, she's going through it. And she can't, it's nothing that she can do. Lala's our processor, she's an amazing processor. And she's doing everything she can, because she has to collect the conditions. She just communicates with the title company, the realtors, the buyers, to get everything to the underwriter so that we get a loan approval. And it's stressful. At the end of the day, you're doing your best. And I know that with our team, I'm grateful for our team. Everybody does their best. I don't go to bed at night wondering, did Jade put in a full day's work? I know you did.
Yeah.
I know you did. All right, so let's talk about something else.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, I have a few questions
okay.
for you.
All right.
So let's go. What is one of your biggest career mistakes?
Ooh, yeah, I've been a lender for 10 years. I'm in my 10th year now.
Right on.
And I think probably my biggest mistake was not holding the people who work for me accountable at various times for how they treated each other,
That's big.
and tolerating that. I think, and when this was happening, it was very hectic. We were doing over 200 million a year. So there's a lot of moving parts. And I think I could have done a better job there. But that's probably my biggest mistake, is really managing the folks who work for me. And I think I've learned from that. One, you hire the right people. Two, you make expectations very clear.
Yes.
And then you talk to people. You don't if there's something wrong, you talk to that person.
Yeah.
I think that's really, and it's not like I new to leadership, but it's something you think, gosh, you were in the Navy for 24 years. It's a little different. Yeah. It's a little different when you get out, but results are results. The difference, I think one of the big differences is not everybody's in the same mission in your industry.
Yes.
Or whatever job you're in the private sector, you don't always have the same mission.
Yeah.
And I saw that a little bit in the Navy, but everyone's got their own agenda in the private sector. It's you got to communicate well and get them to see the mission, whatever that mission is, and to work towards it, and not let the personalities get in the way, and treat people with respect.
And you're right. But in all fairness, I feel like the situation was, everybody had big personalities where we were.
Yeah.
And I think you did what you could, considering. Okay, next one. What is the best advice you've ever received?
In the industry, the best advice I've received as a loan officer, it's take care of your people. Just to me, it's take care of your people and don't hold bad news.
Yeah.
Because not everything's going to go easy. If you got bad news, get it out and come up with that collective answer. Yeah, some people's feathers may get ruffled, but once someone's pissed off, you just let them sleep for a night.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they get over it, and then you get up in the next day, all right, we're past our emotions, although you never really tell somebody, are you past your emotions? Yeah. Let's come up with a solution together. Let's have a win-win in this. And that happens. It's a stressful environment. These are people's livings and people's homes. A realtor, they make a living. It's not like some have second jobs, but for most of them, this is a career. And it has been a tough market. And maybe 3 years ago, they were doing 3 or 4 deals a month, and now maybe they're doing 1 deal a month.
Yeah.
And so it is a career for them, and you have to respect that. But really communicating, giving the bad news early, and then coming up with a solution.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. That's great. What would you do differently if you had to start over?
I was blessed. I was blessed when I came in the industry because I had success right away. I don't know if I would change anything I did right away because as soon as I retired, I started and I was killing it. Yeah. But I was all by myself. I didn't have an assistant. And then my old boss said, hey, let's get you an assistant so you can work in your comfort zone. But I was constantly trying to get better. And everything I do, I plan. I'm a big planner. You've seen my calendar. It's so color-coded and time-blocked. It
gives me a headache.
Yeah. No. Yeah. But sometimes it gives me a headache. But the good thing is you can move the blocks. And I do that. But I think I started well. I set a goal to in the first year to be a senior loan officer. What is a senior loan officer?
Right.
Yeah, I think at the time it was like $24 million in a year. Oh. And I got there by August, I think, of the year. So my first year, so I'm like, all right, cool. And then I set goals moving on. I'm like, how do you achieve those goals? You can work harder or you can work smarter. And if I worked harder to double my volume, I'm going to pay the price. Either I'm going to pay the price, I'm going to be burnt out, my family, it'll be just like I was in the military again. I'm like, working all the time. So it was really getting the team around me. I don't think I would change anything starting over again. I would do it pretty much the same way.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. That's awesome. Okay. So let me say, go ahead.
So how do you do? You are literally, you're the football mom.
I am.
How do you manage everything? You got an infant, you got twins.
I do. Yep.
All three of those are boys, and you got a teenage girl. She's so
She's
squared
amazing.
away.
Yeah, she is. I joke about this with my friends that I finally I cracked a code almost because my daughter she's about to be 16 on Sunday. And she graduated from a level of now being able to watch her baby brother, which is who she's watching right now. But so I have a lot of help, and I feel like my kids, we are all on the same page, usually all the time. The boys are 9. Cameron is about to be 2 at the end of this month. So it's very chaotic all the time. And it's funny because speaking of work-life balance, I could be on a phone call, I could be on a Zoom call. 5 minutes later, I'm changing a diaper, making him food. It's always very chaotic, but I feel like we've been doing it for so long that it's just a way of life. And it's easy now. And like I said, he's a great partner. But I scream almost 1 million times a day.
Not at me.
No, not at Larry, at the kids. Nothing's ever easy, but we make it work, and we have a lot of fun doing it.
I would say when you actually turn the lights out at night,
I don't sleep.
you don't sleep?
No,
How do you not sleep?
You know what's crazy? I just feel like that's where my quiet time is. So I usually will doom scroll, which I probably shouldn't. Should probably read a book or something. I'll literally just lay there in the dark sometimes, just enjoying the quiet because it's just so loud all the time.
What time does Cameron go to bed?
The latest is probably 8, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. Noah and Carter are kind of on their own now. They're doing their own thing, and they actually have practice till 8 p.m. at night. So
I don't know how they do it.
I don't know how they do it either. And they get up
Look,
and they do it the next day.
They got lots of energy, though.
Lots of energy. So I'm actually glad they do it because it breaks it up. Because when they're home with me, oh man.
Yeah.
It's
like
terrible.
thing 1 and thing 2.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
And then the little one wants to do what thing 1 and thing 2 are doing. So it's always, again, really chaotic. But we make it work. And like I said, we have a lot of fun.
That's good.
So, yeah.
That's good. And Cameron's kind of like he's built in birth control.
Oh,
right?
yeah. No, I'm done. No more.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For Raya, too.
Yeah.
All you guys.
We have built-in birth control.
Yep.
Built-in babysitter.
Yep.
My oldest, Paige. Have you met Paige?
I've met Paige,
you met Paige.
Yeah.
When our youngest Ty was born, she was like 15 years old.
So-
And when she could drive, we would have her pick Ty up from daycare. And so she was like a senior in high school, I think, and then maybe her freshman year of college. And at first she's dad. Everybody thinks that's her son, and I got a car seat in the back of my car. But after a while, she was like, "Meh, you know what? People don't bother me anymore.
Yeah.
And if they're judging me, they're judging me. But
That's all right.
you know what? People don't bother me." And I think the connection between the two of them, Paige and Ty, is very tight.
Yeah.
Because of that. And I go back to those. I see pictures of little Ty and Paige, 16 years old.
So funny.
Paige hasn't changed at all.
Yeah.
Although she's going to have a little Ty of her own here soon. But
No,
yeah.
That's like Raya. That's like Lariah and Cameron. They're 15 years old.
Yeah.
So, she treats him like that's hers. So she takes so good care of him.
Yeah.
She's so good with him, and he looks up to her. So I couldn't ask for anything more for that.
Awesome. That's good. That's good. I think it's a really good relationship.
For
and
sure.
you'll see it continue to grow. And then when what does she want to do? Have you started to think about that?
So she wants to be a vet. She's been saying it since she was
She's
young.
got 2 animals for brothers.
She does. And it's interesting because any type of animal, no matter what kind of animal it is, she's always been really just drawn to them. So I feel like it could be a really great route for her. I told her that she should have started last year. She's going to be a junior next year. So we'll see how it goes.
I think when you're 16 years old, you really don't know what you want to do. You have an idea, but you're going to change 2 or 3 times.
And she's always stayed pretty solid with this.
Yeah.
Hopefully it happens. All I can do is support her.
So let's talk about. So you're obviously Mason. He's a plumber.
Yep.
He's in the plumbing industry,
Yes,
and you guys are renting. A family of 6 renting. For our audience who may not live in Hawaii, or maybe you do, how do you make it work? Because it's not cheap to live in Hawaii.
No, it's not. And I think we've always been very aware of that. And I feel like no matter, because Mason made a career change kind of late in life. And we've always kind of lived carefully, and we don't spend beyond our means. And even having all these kids, you would think that it's impossible, but we make it work. And I definitely buy in bulk. That's for sure.
Costco.
Yeah, especially during summer. It's insane. But we have a routine, and it's worked out great. And me and Mason, we put in just as much as each other. So he doesn't do more, I don't do more. We do the same amount, and it works out.
I see that actually. Yeah. Mason is a coach for your football team, the baseball team. Yeah. He's pretty much the coach for everything.
For everything, yeah.
And I know you want to be a homeowner here eventually.
Yes.
And I want you. That's once you buy a home, I'm retiring. So I need another loan officer to come work with me to take over my business. Yeah. So then I'm not even kidding, guys, because actually I won't retire, but somebody's got to pay the bill. Someone's got to put milk on the table and make sure Cameron gets his calcium and his vitamins.
Yes.
But how is that coming for you?
So Mason just recently went through his plumbing. He has to do his journeyman test still, which is actually a really long process. So even though he finished his schooling, finished his hours, now he has to take one more test to become a journeyman, and then everything raises. His status, his pay, everything goes up, and that's when we will look into jumping into a home. It's always been a thing for us. I try to move from Hawaii. I actually wanted to move back to Vegas. My mom is there, so I wanted to move back to Vegas, but Mason will never. So
yeah, I don't know he would do well in Vegas.
I don't think so either. I think he would figure it out.
What do you think, Mason?
Yeah.
You moving to Vegas? Too damn hot.
As soon as I even thought of it, no. I couldn't even talk about it. And I get it. He was born and raised here. All his family's here. I've been away. I grew up without my family really from Hawaii. I get it. I understand.
But it's a struggle. And your situation is not unlike many local families. They can't buy a home yet. Yeah. There's not enough housing. Call it affordable. There's affordable. It's not. With quotation marks. There's just not enough housing. And the good thing is I know you're going to buy a home.
Yes.
I know you are because you have two incomes. You are both frugal.
Yeah.
And you obviously, Mason, there are people in the trades. Oh, gosh, there's so much demand for them. Getting a good plumber on the island. I feel like if you guys decide to open your own plumbing business at some point, Mason could totally do that. He's helped me with some of the stuff in some of my rental units. Yeah. And I think that's where people who want to stay in Hawaii, you have to have, I think, your own business. A niche,
I think so too. Something, yeah.
Because the tax man in Hawaii is no joke.
Stupid.
It is stupid. And kind of like what they're doing in Florida, where they're raising the homestead or homeowner's exemption amount. And many people aren't going to have to pay property taxes anymore. And property taxes are low here. But can you imagine not having to pay property taxes at all? And I would say that is a great idea to help people who actually do own their homes here, people who own their homes outright.
Yeah.
Now, if you own your home outright, and you should be paying $500-$600 a month in property taxes, and you've paid that mortgage off over 20 years or 30 years, and now you're paying another $500 a month.
Yeah.
And most people who have paid their homes off, I think they're on fixed income. They're probably retired. Yeah. And everything else is expensive here. Why not help those people out with a better exemption? I think the senior exemption is like $160,000. That's nothing. Really, you want to help the Kupuna out. Yeah. You eliminate their property taxes on a property they own. That to me would make so much more sense than what we're doing now. And that's just one thing, but it is very difficult. And I understand the anger that many people who grew up in Hawaii have. Yeah. They should be able to you should be able to live here. Yeah. And nothing against Vegas, but you know what? The beaches in Vegas ain't as good as the beaches here. No. And that's like I go to the beach. I was at the beach this morning before I came in the office, and you just see people hanging out on the beach. Not homeless people, but that too. But people just enjoying it, people going surfing, and the waves aren't great today. Yeah. But That's such a part of life. Older people out there, it's summertime, so you got all these people going
Everybody's
out
there.
surfing.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah.
And that's part of your culture.
It is. It is. And just when talking about buying a home, I feel like I have this conversation a lot with my network, my friends, and my family. It's just really based on education. They don't understand it. I had to talk to Mason even about the process and what it's going to take, and he didn't know. So I feel like that's the basis of all of it. It's just the education behind it. Not people don't understand what to do or how to do it, understanding what they could afford, what they can't afford. So I feel like that's just so necessary, and we do that, guys. We do that.
Why don't you invite them to the first time homebuyer webinar that we have?
Yeah, we do that.
So, you talk about that. I was talking to a family. So I always do a pre-approval plus for my clients. So we pre-approve them. We always go as high as they can go. But that doesn't mean anything to a client. They don't understand what a $500,000 all they know is it's too expensive.
Yeah.
But then I do a Google Meet with them. And I run through their numbers and I show them homes and help them figure out their price range. And this family, they're not military. They're a couple married. They have an infant and they're pre-approved for $500,000, maybe a little more than that. They have great credit. They have almost $100,000 in assets. Oh, wow, nice. Not all of it liquid, but still in assets, which is... That's really, they're like, we're not ready to buy. I'm like, you're about as ready as you can be to buy. Right, yeah. And they have good income. And so it's like, all right, so how do we figure out what your purchase price is going to be? It was very enlightening for them. And he was saying, I don't want to live anywhere else, but I have to be humble in what I'm getting, Yes. I'm a failure if I buy this smaller home. No. And I repeated it to him a couple of times. Your first home is not your last home.
Yeah.
But if you do it right, that first home can be a stepping stone to that home that you get in the future. Yes. And when we went through the numbers, he was like, you're right. 500,000 is not, I will struggle. I'll be house poor. But if we're in the 350 to 450 range and we do some kind of just smart financing, looking at different options on loans, we can actually do it. And so at the end of the conversation, I feel like they felt comfortable buying a home. And it's
awesome.
And I was telling them, and I'm like, dude, you guys are in great shape. To have great income, to have asset. The average net worth of a renter is about $6,000. Right. And they're like near 100,000. And I'm like, bro.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. And they got almost no debt.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're not going to get in any better shape.
Right.
And
again, it's just based on just not knowing it, education.
Yeah.
Just sitting down with you.
Yeah. That's if you ask me, what do I enjoy most? It's watching the light go on.
Yeah.
And the belief that somebody, a family, a military member can buy a home.
Yeah.
Right before we came on, I got a text from a client who just closed, actually in Virginia, dual military, and she texted, she said, I'm so grateful we love our home. I'm so grateful for everything you did to educate us. I have a friend who's struggling in buying a home. Can you help her? She was in the Navy too. And I'm like, absolutely. That's the joy that I have in this business. Just because I know what it's like to doubt yourself, to think that you will never buy a home. Because I had no idea. Nobody told me. There's no line. There's no way to educate yourself in the military. At least when I was coming up, we used to write letters to our spouses or girlfriends. I always had a spouse, so I never wrote letters to girlfriends. But that's when I came in. That was it. And I didn't know anything. And now there's a lot of information out there. There's also a lot of misinformation. But if you get the education, there's no reason why you can't buy. We just did a podcast with Isaiah. And
prime example.
Yeah. Gosh, what a great young man.
Totally.
And I think he just turned 24 Tuesday.
Yeah.
Taco Tuesday. He turned 20. I was supposed to go out, but I was exhausted. Yeah, I don't stay up that late. I go to bed early. I'm an old man. But yeah, he grew up living in a garage in Oahu. He's got ocean views from his studio that he owns. And he pays less than his BAH.
Yeah, and he's so obsessed with it. It's awesome.
It is pretty good to see.
Stay tuned for that podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a great one. It will have already been out by the time they see this. But you know what we're talking about. Let's talk about, where do you see the broker in 5 years? Where do you
Well, that's a
want
good
the broker
question.
to be in 5 years?
I want us to expand for sure. We do have some loan officers on the team now, but I feel like we can always add more. And I feel like we could be a powerhouse because you are just by yourself. So I can only imagine within 5 years with development and adding the right people to the team, I think we could be a powerhouse.
I think I agree 100%. I agree.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it all on my own. I have, and I love, we have a couple of really strong loan officers who are coming up.
Yep.
And they are actually doing the right things, but it'd be nice to get a couple more in here and kind of grow. I don't want to be the biggest. I don't want the broker to be the biggest. I just want us to be the best in the level of service that we provide to raise the standard of service on island. Nobody does what we do.
No.
I'm half bragging, but just making a point. Nobody does what we do for their homeowners. Successful Homeowner Series, the workshops on estate planning, on tax preparation. The PCS exit strategy was a huge success. Invest, we're going to have one on. Matter of fact, we got to get the dates down for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I want to do at least three more. I want to do investment, real estate investing.
Yep.
I want to do tax strategies.
Yep.
I want to do another PCS exit strategy.
Yeah, let's do it.
And we just got to get the dates lined up. What we'll probably do is we got to figure out my schedule.
Yeah.
And but I think nobody does that. The VA webinars, the first time homebuyer webinars, I think I want to expand what we do beyond mortgage to just financial literacy education. I think it's so important.
Yeah.
I'd like to get out into the schools and do this education. And it all starts with a plan in life. People, I didn't start making money or saving money or investing money until I came up with a plan. What was my goal? Figuring out what my why was. And at my church, I go to Inspire Church, and I've done that training, the financial literacy training, a couple times with the church. And I think I want to expand on that. I think that's not a loan thing. It's just an education thing. I think it's so important. I remember when I first thought of getting out of the Navy back in '97. I went to talking to a job hunter, a recruiter, and I'm like, all I want to do is teach, but you're not going to make any money as a teacher. And he's Larry, there are other things that you can do. And I just couldn't see beyond schools because all I knew was the Navy. All I knew was, but now I think there is a lot that we can do in education. And obviously we do our education events, but I know that there's more that we can do to educate kids, young adults, so that they don't have to wait till they're 30 in their 30s or 40s to buy a home or to have their investments, to build on their investments. I see one of the great things about being a loan officer is I see, for people who are buying homes, I see more than anybody else does. Their financial advisors don't see what I see.
Yeah.
And I see people who started investing right away. They have a TSP or they had a 401k, and they've been very religious about making those investments, and it adds up so much over time. And you're talking clients who are 10 years younger than me. They got over $1 million in their TSP account because somebody told them back in the day, put 3% or put 5% away. You won't even miss it.
Nope.
You get used to it.
Yeah.
And now they're like, I'm a millionaire.
Sitting nice.
Yeah. And I didn't figure that shit out till I was like in my 40s.
Neither. Yeah.
I didn't buy my first home till I was 35, and I've been playing catch up ever since. I've done okay, but man, if I would have done that when I was younger, back in the day, instead of drinking it all away or spending it on stuff I didn't need. But that's part of the lessons that I try and kind of teach the people who I educate.
Always teaching. I love it.
What else? Let's take a quick break and we'll come back and finish this up. Got a couple more things to talk about here. Midway through today's conversation, we want to thank Gonzales Hawaii Vacation Rentals, offering exceptional vacation experiences in Hawaii and Annapolis, Maryland. Whether you're waking up to ocean views in the islands or enjoying waterfront charm and sailing culture on the Chesapeake Bay, Gonzales Hawaii Vacation Rentals delivers comfort, elegance, and unforgettable experiences. If excellence matters in how you live and lead, it should matter in how you relax. Plan your next escape with Gonzales Hawaii Vacation Rentals.
We are back.
That's the work-life balance.
In between. Okay.
Yep. Ty's, what's for dinner tonight, Dad? We didn't have. I pulled out some salmon last night, but it was still frozen. So we went out to the club for dinner, and that was nice. But it's Friday. It's Friday. Ugh.
So what? Is it?
It doesn't mean much. I mean,
yeah. I was like, what does Friday mean?
Friday means it's funny. Like you got to watch. You say have a great weekend too, because realtors. They look at you like, I'm working all weekend. I'm like, I'm sorry. I know. But enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you. But, and I work too on the weekends. I'm not a lender who shuts everything down at 5 p.m.
No.
I don't mind. Hell, one of the first deals I did, actually Leon Chinguanco and Janine. Yeah, that's a big name. Yeah. I remember I think I was still Veterans United, and he was shopping me with his cousin. Oh. And he called me at 10 o'clock at night. He was trying to make a decision, and I'm in bed. I remember I was in bed. I'm talking to him, and you're just kind of answering his questions for him. My wife and I are going to pray on it over this evening, and we'll let you know in the morning. I'm like, all right, yeah, not a problem. Yeah. Woke up, and he ended up choosing me over his cousin. And I've helped him and his family. They go to Honolulu, and just a great family. I love that family, but I don't mind taking the calls at night. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Now the problem now is 8 o'clock at night. I'm working on my way, get my way to bed, but I don't mind. I'm up at 4 a.m.
But you think about it too. If you didn't answer the phone call, that could have stopped the deal. You might have. Quite frankly, might have lost him because maybe he just needed to hear your voice. Like,
and
something so small.
It was a big decision that he was making, and you know what? He wasn't going to sleep that night if he didn't have that conversation. Right. I honestly think, and so that happened. So
good for both.
Don't everyone call me at 10 o'clock at night. You'll get my answering machine, but
you might. Yeah. That's funny. All right, on. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna end this up here is kind of where we're going with the broker in the Aloha in the Hawaii community. I guess what was the question there? The biggest challenges growing the brand. It's really people know you for what you've done. Like for me, I was the VA. You know, obviously our old boss was the VA guy, but then he moved to Texas, and just because I had made a decision to become the digital mayor of Oahu. In 2019, I read Gary Vaynerchuk crushing it, and he's saying be consistent, be persistent, and just put something out all the time. I hired my daughter to work for me for about a year and a half to kind of she was the first client relations specialist. I didn't even have a list of what her job was. We made it up as we went. But now everyone knows me as a VA guy, and we do VA. We do great VA, even better than we did before. Yeah. But we also do conventional. We do a lot of investment loans. I think we did 25, 26 non-qualified mortgages, so different types of mortgages last year. And we're in multiple states too. So it's really, you kind of get labeled as a VA guy, and certainly that's my focus. I'm a veteran. That's what I do. It's what I eat, sleep, drink VA loan, but I do so much more, and our team is so well versed on these other loan products. Yeah, that's kind of been one of the challenges, is kind of having people see me beyond the VA guy.
Yeah, I agree, because even just being out there in the community, if they do know you, they know you as the VA guy, and just making it known that we do all the loans. We don't just do VA. So I think you're right. I think that's the biggest challenge that we've had.
But it's been fun. We've had, we just got this new loan product, and I'm going to expand. I think we got this new loan, a renovation home equity line of credit, which I can't wait to really start pushing this out. But basically, for people who are equity light on their home, but they want to do a renovation, they own the home, they want to do a renovation, we'll lend up to $500,000, up to 95% of the after renovation value on the property. Wow. So really, like most home equity line of credits, they only go up to 80% of current value. Now we're talking 95% of adjusted value based on whatever it is you're trying to do to your home. To me, that's awesome. That's an incredible loan product. And for people who are like, I want to move? I can't move. I got this low rate. I got this low mortgage payment. Right. So now instead of moving, I'm going to improve. So this allows them to maybe put in that backyard oasis, or maybe to upgrade the kitchen, or do those things that they need some money for that's going to improve the value of their home. To me, it's being able to do products like that we really didn't. It's not that we couldn't do them before, but we weren't set up to do them before.
Yeah.
And every month there's a new type of product that comes out that is good for a certain type of buyer or homeowner.
Everybody's the same.
And we're in a challenging market. Every day a home is bought and sold, and I say that all the time, but it's a challenging market for many people. So how can we help them in their current situation?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Why education became such a major focus? I think we've touched on this already.
Yeah, but we haven't. So why? Why do I do it? It's not to make money. Yeah, obviously we make some money off of it, but it's basically because of what I didn't know. That's why I educate. So I didn't know anything about buying a home. I had no idea. I didn't know anything about finances. I remember I looked at one of my dad's credit card bill one day, and I was like in the 6th grade maybe.
Yeah.
And I said, "Hey, Dad, can you tell me about credit?" And he's like, "If you touch it, you pay it." I'm like, "All right, I'm out." And that was it. And so
back then.
I'm trying. It was a different era. There are a few other things he did that we probably don't do today, but I love him still. But regardless, I think there were so many things that I didn't know. And then when I bought my first home, I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I had no idea to protect that asset. I had no idea how to become a successful homeowner. And so how do you become a successful homeowner? One, you get educated. And then once you become a homeowner, that's another thing where I think the broker separates itself from other lenders is we're going to make you a successful homeowner.
Yes.
And we're gonna provide you the education, whether it's on estate planning. And that's one of the things and these are things that I saw. I'm like, I had clients who were very successful. They owned multiple properties. They had a lot of money, and they all had this one thing. It was this revocable living trust. I'm like, these guys have this document here. They're really successful. Maybe I need one. So I went and I educated myself on it. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I think I need one. And I have one now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how many of my clients don't know about that?
Right. Yeah.
And I have estate planning. I'm like, I'm not Downton Abbey. I don't have an estate. But you have one home, you have an estate. That's your castle. That's your key. And so you have to educate yourself. and you just don't have that time. So I provide that education to you. Yeah. So to me, I think just the education piece is so important to know how to buy a home, but also to know what to do once you own that home.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't even own a home, and I learned a lot in that.
Isn't it? Yeah. It's fun when you do, and you're going to be so much more ready when you do buy a home.
Sure. For thanks to you and
well,
the broker.
Thanks. Hey, Jade, again, I'm so grateful for everything that you have done for all of our families. You're my executive assistant. You kind of keep me in line, and you're part of that amazing team that I think is helping us to be successful here at the broker. Awesome talking to you.
Yeah, that's great.
And good luck this weekend. What do you got going on this weekend?
Nothing, actually. Nothing. We are on a break right now.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to soak it all in at the pool.
There you go. All right. Have a great one. Aloha.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to In Search of Excellence Island Style. Stay connected for more conversations with leaders raising the standard through purpose, values, and aloha.